everybody. We're back. Some of us are much more fucking older. Before we begin, though, announcements. I don't have much of anything to say. Kate, what do you got?
Well, in honor of the newly aged up members of the party, or soon to be aged up members of the party, I've added nothing to the Red Bubble. It's the same shit as always. But if you want to support me, you can go check it out. Yeah. I've been a little busy prepping for a cross country trip. It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway. Woo!
Yay.
Yeah, so go check it out. Got some fun unofficial merch for the campaigns. Yeah.
Do it or else.
Do it or else Lex will get older. And we don't want that.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, we do. Dorian Gray over here.
Yeah.
Anyone?
I'm the picture.
I get it.
I'm not him. I'm the photo.
You're in the mirror dimension portrait.
Oh, last we left off.
Good movie though.
Yeah. Last we left off, the party moved through the twisted alleys of the poor district of Volkill known as the Dreg Ward, deciding what to do. It was eventually decided to help Abraham put up murals at the Rime Codex, Volkill's grand library. Along the way, you encountered a mysterious fortune teller who read the fates of Samira and Crearyn. She told Samira they would soon reunite with someone lost. Well, that's nice. And that Crearyn walked a path toward awakening a dormant shadow. Oh no. Shortly after, a naked deranged man approached the party, talking about groceries, muttering nonsense. Crearyn decided to place the lead hat on their head, causing 6 intellect devourers to erupt from his skull. You swiftly put them all down and made your exit from the Dreg Ward quickly, passing the Black Rest Bastille, Volkill's jail, where upon the ramparts a worm was performing a familiar play to Abraham, reinforcing his suspicions that the Mind Flayers may be using the prison as a base of sorts. Crossing into the Broom Ward, the sort of district where everybody lives that are not poor and not nobles, you were allowed entry to this district by the new worm captain, armored in blue draconic plate. You passed the deadly duels going on with students at the Iron Sigil University, watched a few of them, and made a brief stop outside the Church of the Scar, deciding to return later after not being able to figure out how to get in and it seeming abandoned. Instead, you all sought rest at the Dickory Dock, a brothel where Abraham reconnected with Bethany, an old acquaintance. She marked Crearyn with a crimson ribbon, signaling they were open to special clientele to make some money doing stuff. Crearyn soon met with Lord Thadrin Embervane, a grieving noble dwarf who paid handsomely for their company. Meanwhile, the rest of the party were just hanging out in the brothel doing their own thing. Samira, however, returned to the Church of the Scar alone. There, after being permitted entrance, she drank the blood of an offering and received haunting visions, memories of Sumaji, his failed resurrection attempt on her, and his payment to bring her back. The priest told her she was now part of their communion and would never be alone again. So, Samira, you come out of the vision. The priest steadies you gently, guiding your form to a nearby pew of cold iron and scarred wood. His touch is firm, almost fatherly. With a soft smile, he pours a dark crimson wine into a chalice from a silver decanter, resting behind him, and hands it to you. Behind him, his acolytes silently lift the pale body of the old man from the altar, disappearing with it through a blood-stained archway without a word. He filled it with blood, not wine. He offers you the chalice. He offers you a chalice of wine, because you already drank the blood. But the blood will now offer you many gifts, Samira. You are part of it, and part of all who have ever tasted its grace. Then, without hesitation, he draws a ritual blade and slices deep into his forearm, almost down to the bone. Blood pours freely, pooling at the base of the altar. He kneels into his spilled blood, dipping his hands into the growing puddle and closing his eyes as he begins to chant. Quiet, guttural symbols spoken in a tongue not meant to comfort, and the blood begins to stir. Tiny bubbles rise and burst, the surface trembling. He exhales sharply and opens his eyes. Spill some of your own, and you may speak across distances. The scar remembers all who have given and still give. Then, with practiced ease, he cups both hands into the blood still flowing through the altar and lifts it to his mouth. He drinks without hesitation. The sound of his drinking is intimate. When he finishes, he lets out an exhale and lifts his wounded arm into the lantern light. And before your eyes, the long gash that he just made begins to knit itself closed. Flesh pulls together slowly and smoothly, until only a pale scar remains, one among many. When the blood is fresh, it will heal you. He turns to you fully now. The blood will walk with you until the end of all things. And I'm adding a new feat to your character sheet. There we go.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna read that in a minute, because that's a lot of text.
It is a lot of text.
That's a lot. Samira downs the glass of wine in one go and sets the chalice on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I keep getting distracted by the feet.
Yeah, the priest isn't wearing any shoes.
No shoes. Got them grippers out. While I admit my full intention of coming here was not solely of joining the family as of sorts, I was also coming to see if you had any information on the plague that's been spreading.
We do not. From what we know, it is a blood-borne affliction that kills quickly. And they burn the corpses in the dreg ward to prevent the spread.
So you don't have any information on a patient zero, perchance? Seeing as it's a blood-borne infection and you are...
We would not impose ourselves into something that taints blood. We need it to be pure.
Right. No one's come in looking for protection?
Of course not.
Guess you are a secret society after all.
We have to be. We'd be executed and hunted down if we weren't. Your blood may be a little less thicker now.
It wasn't very thick to begin with.
You feel a brief beat in your chest. Not a full beat, but like a partial beat.
I should be getting back before my friends realize I'm gone.
Of course.
Thank you. I'll be in touch. Or if you ever... anything for payment, I owe you one.
You've already paid us in full.
Doesn't quite feel like it.
He just smiles. Places like this, churches shouldn't demand favors and whatnot from their congregation. You owe us no debts.
Very well then. And she just turns around and walks out,
Alright.
politely nodding at everyone as she
Okay.
passes.
As you step out, you feel this kind of shimmer, and the building looks abandoned again. The clock tower is the same time. You can see the clock tower from here, even though it is in the Grey Moss Square. The time is the same time you left the brothel. No time has passed.
Do I see scribble outside?
No.
No? Okay. I'm gonna just walk back to the
Alright.
tavern we were at.
Meanwhile, well, this is happening at the same time because, like I said, no time has passed. Abraham and Scooch were basically talking near the front door, roughly, about Samira leaving. Just as you're about to head out to follow Samira, Samira walks through the front door.
I saw Scooch. Oh, I didn't know Scooch stepped out.
Oh, what's up?
What's up with what?
Well, Scribble got, like, shunted back to me. That normally wouldn't happen unless some type of magic were at play.
I don't know. He's your familiar. One second he was with me, and the next he wasn't.
What are you doing, Samira?
I was just taking a walk.
Yeah. Fun. We got the rooms. Make yourself comfortable. There's food. It's affordable. Do your thing.
What do I owe you for my room?
Nothing.
You sure?
Yeah, it was. I know somebody.
Right, yeah. I guess we'll head upstairs then. See you for dinner, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, if you got a problem with the noise, I think you can put a sheet up on the wall, and it'll, like, maybe drown out some of it, muffle.
As soon as Abraham says this,
So
you can see, like, you can see the satyr. Oh yeah, no, that satyr went upstairs with a bunch of people. You see this dwarven man just splayed out on a couch, just having hot oil dumped on him, and he's just like, "Yes, the bird."
Thanks for the tip. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll head upstairs.
You're spending the night in a brothel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it can be a bit rowdy. Yeah.
There aren't any, like, there's glasses of wine too being passed around, like people are serving wine, but they're also serving, like, shots, like gimmicky shots you would find at just a shitty, like, club like bar. So there's, like, the shots you have to take with, like, your arms behind your back and do those, and there's people doing that. There's flaming shots.
some suggestive.
Yeah. There's just all sorts of weird, just, adult activities going on.
Yeah, some suggestive bottles.
Yeah. One bottle just looks like a big old phallus.
Nice. You know what? Hell yeah.
It's called Dick's Brew. The Dick for the
You know
Dickory
what?
Dog.
Hell yeah.
Scooch, this is probably one of the only establishments that isn't taxed.
Hell yeah. Right on. Now what? You think it's because of some like puritanical reason, like they don't want to accept money by therefore endorsing an act that they find less than palatable for the common people, or is it some other excuse? Because you know what, I would consider exclusively making devices of a sensual nature keep people out of my the G-man's hand out of my pocket.
Yeah, well, I mean, a place like this isn't really supposed to exist, right? And
I mean, are any of us,
the gods don't tell, right?
but are any of us really supposed to exist?
I mean, systemically.
And I'm saying, as soon as anything gets systemic, it's always a problem.
Oh, we got a bastion of freedom right here.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing to be celebrated.
Yeah. Just a few rules for people's safety, and a couple of people. Yeah, keeping an eye out.
Are you trying to drink any of that penis wine? We could get a little.
The bottle's like fluorescent pink and studded with rhinestones.
Penis wine.
Man, I don't think I've ever had that one.
Yeah, well, I don't have a. I don't know. Well, no, I guess I'd have to really consider. I'd never considered in my. Now this is just me.
Yeah.
My characterization. I hadn't quite Baldur's Gate 3 seen what my hangdown.
Bird?
I'll leave that a mystery. Yeah, man, we could just have a couple of glasses of penis wine. Let's buy some for the whole table, for the whole room.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah. Now, it is middle of the day.
It's
Oh.
like it's almost it's almost 3:00, so it's almost sunset.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or
For
no, sunset's at
the
6.
daylight
It
hours
rises
or
at
something.
noon, sets at 6. So you've got like
Oh,
4 hours of sunlight still.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can come back after dark and have some penis wine. Still got stuff to do.
Well, yeah. This is the plan, right? Go to the codex,
Sure.
read up on some, false literature. I need some stimulation for creative. I need some creative stimulation. But ultimately, gonna be using Tero here as the model.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I'm
I
still
mean,
here.
It seems as though the people here already having, how I say, I mean, Tero's a bit of a folk hero around here, so it's probably best to leverage that. I'm thinking right now, without any like information, I'm just thinking I put a bit of the Tero sitting there with like a knife, and they're like gutting a book, and and I'd have it say he cuts through lies or something.
Yeah, but do we want people not reading? I think maybe what if it's more of a piece of propaganda, or like if it's a specific piece of something, like something you don't want people to read, like, because if it's just a book, I mean, listen, you're the artist, you know what you're doing. I just,
Well, I need to. That
if I were a real ding dong, which I am, I'd think kill reading is, the message that you're putting forth is what again, not trying to, you got your vision, but I'm just saying I think leveraging it, putting it up there, I think you're in the right ballpark. But I think killing a book is less powerful than maybe killing a note from the mayor, or like
yeah.
stabbing through a mayor's sash.
Right. Well, that's why I was wanting to go there, see what kind of like, check out the history books that they've got.
And what
see
about
what's not what don't check out, right?
what about like a city notice? They have like a seal of the city on them. It's
It
about
has to be relevant to the codex. The codex is part of the lives of the whole region. It's the point of propaganda. They control the information.
yeah. I'm just saying specificity, kills ambiguity is all.
Yeah.
Because it could be any book.
Or we could put the name of the book right on it. Yeah.
I mean, if it's a book you want people to, agree with often.
Let's. I want to go check it out
Yeah,
before
of
it gets
course.
dark, and then
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why we're not checking it out right now.
you eat.
I eat all the time.
All right. Well,
See him pull a couple of fish
I
heads
think
out.
Crearyn's still busy, but Tero.
Do you
if
see
wanna
Tero?
join-
Tero has like swiped the full bottle of the dick wine from one of the passing trays. Yes, of course. Stashes it in his pocket.
Yeah, I think we're fine. We're clear. All right, let's go.
All right. So Crearyn, we don't need to go into detail what you're doing up there. You're just doing that. Ugh. You're so good at dancing. Here's another 75 gold.
Unfortunately, Samira's
That
room
was-
is right next door.
That was something that wasn't covered in the recap, Caleb. Crearyn has made
A lot of money.
like over 200 gold. And,
I'm sitting at 475. So we're
Just for
now
the day?
making money.
Just for the night.
From
Yeah.
this one dude.
Damn.
I found a noble, and he's
it's lonely.
lonely. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, listen, if you got the moves, if you got what's going on, get your bag.
Make your bag, sis.
Absolutely. Crearyn is making that money.
Doing the bare fucking minimum, by the way.
All right. So before these three leave the tavern or the brothel, Samira, you went to your room by yourself. What are you doing up there?
I don't think she's doing anything. I think she's no, actually, you know what? She's gonna use a new ability from her feet.
Yeah.
And she's gonna try to cast Sending
Yeah.
to Sumaji or one of his clones.
Oh, okay.
Loans.
I did not
An only
anticipate.
child.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll count
Our
or
one
if it'll even
safe
work.
space. Our one safe space, and you are blowing it up. Okay.
You know me.
Yeah, liability.
I mean, we don't know what powers the clones have.
Clones.
Okay.
Going for Sumaji, I don't know.
You have to spill your
Sumaji,
own. You have to spill your own blood
yeah.
to do it and take the damage.
Yeah.
Cannot
Go
be
ahead and
reduced,
do that.
Cannot be reduced or prevented in any way.
Okay. That's 6.
Okay, so you take 6 damage.
Yeah. Yeah, going for Sumaji.
All right. What do you say? You got 25 words.
If you're still out there, I'm sorry. And that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Mostly just hoping to get anything back.
Who is this? I hope you're aware that the use of magic is illegal.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I also need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm. I'm not great at those. 7.
Okay. You get the feeling you're being eavesdropped on.
Nice.
Okay.
Make me an. You don't need to make an. Actually, yeah, you might need to make an insight check on this.
Okay.
Let me think here.
Okay. Wasn't great.
Oh, okay.
My passive insight is 15 though.
That sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, the Samaji or someone who one of his clones responded. Who is this? I hope you know the use of magic is illegal without a license.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna leave the Brim Ward and go to the Greymaw Square.
That's gonna take a while.
Eh,
Meanwhile,
yeah.
Lyle or Scooch, Abraham, and Tero leaving the Dickory Dock. So I'm gonna have to do some splitting up here. Alrighty. So, just so I know who is where and whatnot, Crearyn is going to be the only one, or Crearyn and Samira are at the Dickory Dock. Oh no, Crearyn's leaving. Samira's leaving, but for right now, 2 of you are there. Tero, big ol' Scooch, tell you what, and Abe. Where are the 3 of you headed? Garrett, I think you're muted.
Heading to V9, the Codex.
Perfect.
Just walking our way there.
Alright. Walking a city block. I think a city block you can do in like, what, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so the 3 of you are walking. Yeah, it's about 2 in the afternoon. The clock tower says 2 p.m.
All right. Well, city hasn't changed too much except for, Drakewald. Drakewald's a mess. I think it's lost. It seems like that's that point of egress for the Elder Brain.
Yeah, it'll have that effect.
I really don't know how it's gonna get dealt with. I mean,
Well, there was the things I saw beneath the city when we were in the smuggling base with all those floating brains down there.
yeah, pretty lethal.
And the rebellion are partially based in the Dreadward as well. At the Boar's Tusk.
Yeah. Yeah, that gives some worry. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, the longer it takes to suppress what's going on, the more people we're gonna lose. The more, and the less help we're gonna have in the city.
Yes, and there were the people from your smuggling group that were kidnapped as well, right? They're still probably kidnapped and held somewhere.
Yeah.
There are many things happening in this city all at once.
Yeah. I mean, if you see them, or if I see them, anyone from any other smugglers, we got to assume that they're being mind controlled. I doubt any of them would escape after being captured by mind flayers.
Yeah, the mind flayers don't seem, obviously looking both ways to see if anybody's begging your pardon. But, it doesn't seem like mind flayers are in the business of catch and release.
Yeah, well, this Elder Brain specifically, even if it does catch and release, it's for its own benefit. It's like a ploy, a trick. It's always playing them mind games. No pun intended.
Yeah.
But them's different kind of mind games. Now we gotta see what this government's been feeding into this populace's brains to keep them.
Are we gonna need to have like some kind of cover?
I don't think so. I mean, I've got my cover just a little bit, bit different than last time. Tero's not,
Alright, he has the hood
they're
up, so he's
dressed
kind of like blending in with
Yeah.
because the cloak's camouflaging him, so he blends in a little bit.
yeah, he's covering up them colors that make him stand out.
As you're walking, you can see like people are milling about. There's stagecoaches moving around, like really gothic-looking stagecoaches, like Victorian stagecoaches being pulled by horses and stuff. People are like getting on the stagecoaches and being driven around, so you can choose to walk, or you can take one of the stagecoaches to cut down the travel time.
Yeah, actually, let's just hop on back this one. And
Okay.
Abraham's just gonna, as the one goes by, he's gonna grab the back of it and then hop up on
It
the
stops.
back, kind of.
And the
Oh,
the driver stops because it's like the driver's on top. Like the driver is like, it's one of those ones that the driver is like, visible. Oh, 1 silver piece for 1 trip. Per person.
Abraham just talks to. He just says to the rest of the group, "It's not worth it," and he's like, "Let's go," and hops off.
Fair enough. And he continues on.
Oh. I was gonna say if we can make sure we can get this done with some daylight, then we can get back to, seeing what penis wine tastes like,
I have it in my pocket.
No, I mean with everybody. I was more saying this is a royal thing. I mean, we could do a quick, we could take a nip here, but I'm just saying that way.
I think, depending on what we end up doing while we're there, we don't necessarily want, like, a driver as a witness that took us there,
Right.
Sure, yeah, okay.
But, yeah. And he'll just kind of look around and try to see, like, what's going on with, like, I guess we're not necessarily in a residential area.
You are.
We're like on one of the main streets.
This is like the residential district, but you're basically you're basically passing by like residences and stuff.
Okay.
Like lots of like apartment complexes almost, and like buildings. The occasional like shop, but like the shops here are not really used. You can tell most of them are boarded up and just they don't get a lot of business.
I guess he'll just kind of look around and on their way and try to just get a gauge as to like the disposition of the people.
Miserable. It's super cold, so it's hard to be not miserable. There are many people who are not miserable, who seem to enjoy things here that are a little more well off. But generally it's the same as almost everywhere else currently. Just downtrodden and whatnot. Yep.
Are there any, like, shops we could stop off at that might sell a kettle and several cups?
You might pass by a general store.
Okay.
On the way.
Yeah, I'm looking to at least get a kettle somewhere and maybe some like maybe some kind of tea or something.
Alright, yeah, you can quickly hop into a place and it's probably only like, we'll say like 5 silver for all of it.
Great. And just get that out and have Penny with us. And
it's a very bare bones shop. There's not much.
Okay. Yeah, all I need is just just a kettle and maybe some cups.
You get this feeling the person isn't selling like wares they get from elsewhere, like they buy in and then they sell. You get a sense they're selling their own stuff to make money.
I give them a gold instead of skip double what they ask for.
They thank you kindly, and you all can continue on your trek to the library.
I was thinking about it. Maybe we should actually do something that'll help us, and then as Penny's walking, put the kettle on her back, and I start heating up water for tea.
Okay. I will say, as you start to get to the library, once you get closer, the clock tower will just about be reading 3 o'clock. So it's about an hour walk to the library.
Okay.
Meanwhile, we'll get to the library in a second. Samira, you are leaving the brothel. You're also muted.
Apologies. I want to get to a mostly populated area,
You
like
are you are in one right now.
okay. I'm gonna, I'm just gonna stay downstairs after thinking about it. I'm just gonna stay downstairs where people can see me.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna order a drink and a small bit of food and just sit at the bar and have an alibi in case anything happens.
Okay. All right. You can knock off a short rest.
Sick.
As
I need a short rest.
okay.
I'm hurt.
Then if that's what you're doing, library crew.
Yeah.
The library rises like a mausoleum of knowledge, a pale monolith of blue-gray stone and metal sheen with frost. Its facade is austere, no decoration save for the Dominion's crest. Great iron doors reinforced with kind of these etchings into the door, like symbols, like arcane symbols. Abe, you can make an Arcana check to see if you can identify those if you want.
Is that Arcana?
Yeah. You can do it too, actually, yeah. Forgot we have more than one spellcaster in this party. 21. You both would recognize...
20.
I think my internet's slow a little bit. You can see runes of some form of silence and warding. Probably a glyph of warding in some capacity, and then the silence spell in some capacity. But they're currently dormant. Not, like, lit up and being activated. The doors are flanked by statues of scholars holding sealed books, the faces eroded like by time and cold. Narrow windows run along scars along the upper levels, their glass tinted a glacial blue, obscuring whatever flickers behind them. Snow piles at the front steps, never fully cleared. Few linger at the entrance, even fewer enter. Above the doors, chiseled, are the words, "Truth is a weapon, truth is dominion," and dominion is capitalized.
Alright, Scooch, I might need you to do the talking once we're inside.
All day, baby.
You all enter the library?
Woo!
Okay.
Woo! It is cold out there. Woo!
As soon as you're talking, you feel like you're being loud, but your voice is reduced to almost like a whisper.
Exactly what I was checking for.
Yeah.
You've fallen into my trap.
Oh no, your trap card. The air inside the library is dry and still. The scent of parchment and binding glue mingles with cold stone and wax. Rows of tall ironwood shelves stretch toward a vaulted ceiling etched with frigid constellations and state-approved historical epics. Silent automatons in Dominion livery glide along rail tracks high above, retrieving tomes from forbidden heights. So basically, like, the upper half of like a robot person, gliding along tracks on the upper half of the library, just grabbing stuff. And like what look like restricted areas. Reading desks are all over the place, bolted to the floor, each one lit by a singular lantern. Scribes in uniform, blue-gray robes patrol the aisles, not to assist, it looks like, but to observe. Entire shelves bear blank spines. Red-threaded markings on the floor indicate sanitized sections. Histories altered, rewritten, or burned altogether. At the center of the main chamber stands this obelisk, known as the Obelisk of Revision, which you all would know because you've been in the city before and spent some time here. A towering slab of magically reactive obsidian. If a visitor attempts to cite a text outlawed by the Dominion, the obelisk glows faintly and projects a corrected passage, often contradictory, always loyal. And also alerts any officials to said individual.
Obelisk of what?
Revision.
Thank you.
Anytime a visitor attempts to cite a text outlawed or rewrite something, it pings, projects the corrected, glows faintly, and alerts the officials of the library and the worms to this individual, and basically magically pings them. Basically, like I said, when I prepped this campaign, I prepped it to be super fascist and authoritarian, without knowing what was going to happen in our wonderful world. So yeah, it is just what history happens when this kind of thing takes hold. What happens to history when this thing takes hold?
Mm-hmm.
But here it is. No one approaches you or talks to you. They just observe. There is no assisting. It is just observation.
And to repeat what you said so that I know what I'm aware of, so that I understand correctly.
Yeah.
If we read a book out loud, and it happens to not be like the story that they want, then it's like pew, 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 pew. Okay, so they kept the books there that do have the correct history, but the only way you'll know is if they go boo boo.
Yeah, it's like there are sections that say sanitized sections, and that's where they take the books that aren't like it's like a massive process of them taking all these old historical texts, altering them, and then moving them to the sanitized section. So there's these sections in the library where those books aren't fully sanitized yet, or in the process of being sanitized. Those texts still have the old history on them. Those ones are the ones that are in like the restricted sections. The sections that are open for everybody are the sanitized sections. So if someone is reading the book and they know the true history, for example, which unfortunately none of you would, yeah.
Can Abraham tell if there is any magic tying books to their categories?
What do you mean?
I don't want to give it away. Like, does it seem like if a book is moved outside of its section, would anything happen? Like, does it look like there's anything, like, is there any, like, magical tether that the books have on them that makes it so that moving them from one section to another would do anything?
How about this? As you're looking around, like kind of looking around, trying to get a sense of this place, I imagine it's the first time. Yeah, it'll be the first time you're all here. You see someone take a book out of a section. They flip a few pages, but they put it back in the wrong spot, but the same section, we'll say. And the book, there's like a weird sort of effect where the book floats out of the shelf and floats back to where it's supposed to be. So you get a sense that yes, there is something ensuring that books remain where they're supposed to be.
Okay. Right, well that's convenient. Alright.
Yeah, I could see why there aren't a lot of attendants around, but I wonder if there's anyone here.
Hey, Scooch.
What's that?
Do you want to perhaps split up the work here? Because I was thinking I would read some revised history,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could read the unrevised stuff.
Just a reminder, the unrevised stuff is the stuff that's in the restriction section at the top where those automatons are zooming about.
The
So you want me to read?
Oh, so there's sorry, hold on. It's actually restricted.
Yes, the unrevised texts are in the restricted section where those automatons glide around. The public sections are the sanitized sections. Yeah. No worries.
Sorry, Cabe. Right, I don't know. Let's get to reading, I guess. I don't know if we want to make a stink in here.
Listen, I'm gonna find an attendant. You can go ahead and get you a book wherever you need to. I'm gonna find someone. Caca! When he just starts walking away from you.
Okay.
Yeah. Abraham's just gonna go to the
Trying
history.
to actually directly separate myself, not in like a mean way, but in like a they're not with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Abraham's just gonna go to the revised history section.
Okay. And then Scooch is just wandering off. Tero. I don't know who Tero's gonna go with.
I'm directly trying to find an attendant of some kind.
Okay, then I'll have Tero go with Abraham then.
Okay. I'm trying to find someone who can assist me.
Okay. You see numerous people that like work here. They're in the these tight clung uniforms, blue and they're like glacial blue and white. They looks like they don't approach anyone. If someone looks like they're struggling, they just don't approach. It's like they're strictly observing what's going on.
I'm gonna approach them.
Okay. Alright, you'd approach this drow with very palish lilac skin, very sheared buzz cut white hair, and they're wearing the uniform. And you approach them.
Good evening. I am looking for information of a unique nature. And I was hoping you could help me out with that.
What exactly is it you seek? Specifically.
I'm looking for far-flung stories that no one would ever believe.
We don't hold those here.
Purely nonfiction.
Well, I mean, I believe that.
Our
But
library, as Garrett has just said, our library is entirely nonfiction. Yes, nonfiction.
Yeah, but it's the stories of the real and the grounded that really help spark my creativity. I don't know if you know this. I'm a children's author.
Are you sanctioned? And authorized?
Sanctioned?
Are you sanctioned and authorized to be an author in the Dominion?
Listen,
Do you have your license and paperwork? Just to verify.
tell stories to children to spark their imagination.
Children
On
don't
me?
need that. Children don't need to have
Listen.
their imagination sparked. They have enough already that sparks their joy.
Yeah, well, that's me. I'm a joy tinderbox. I stoke the flames of joy with my fun stories.
Do you have any
A
examples?
lot of them follow a character named Jeff.
They look over at another attendant or one of the other observers and gestures them over, and another one walks over. Abe, you can definitely see what's going on over there because you're only maybe a couple aisles away.
A couple aisles, is that
You just
within
want
30 feet?
I'd say more like 60 as you're moving towards the where you wanted to go.
Okay.
I would Abe, Lyle, Scooch, you're kind of
Okay.
I keep saying Lyle because it's on my stream overlay, but Scooch, you're kind of with these attendants. You're a little distracted trying to talk to them. I'll have Abe and Tero make perception checks or investigation checks, either or.
Okay.
Okay. Tero got a 21.
16.
16. So yeah, you see Scooch talking to this first observant, which is their title would be here. They wave over another person as Scooch continues to talk. And with that, you can see those automatons that are gliding on the tracks above the entire library. They start to slow down a little bit, and their gaze kind of looks down towards Scooch as the conversation continues.
I'm gonna have my. It doesn't require any components to have it out. But I'm gonna have my minor telekinesis like just in the area.
Okay.
I'm gonna send my minor telekinesis like over there and have it just be in the area. What kind of footwear are these guys wearing?
Just basic, like, slippers almost.
Cool. That's it.
So there's this one time Jeff was trying to tell everybody that he wasn't afraid of heights when he was afraid of heights, and it's a story about telling the truth. And I know we're all about the truth.
That's fine and everything. I'm just curious about your... Could you have credentials to prove that you're a sanctioned author in the Dominion?
Oh man, I left him at my hotel, traveling. Boy, I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right?
You can see, like, another attendant has joined from another area. So we're gonna have to ask you to leave. Until you
I'm sorry, what?
Until you can prove that you're a sanctioned attendant, we might have to escort you out of here. And we get the suspicion that you're not an authorized, sanctioned author.
Listen, I said I am. I just left my papers at the hotel. Oh boy, I mean, if you can't even let me read anything because you think I'm not an author, that seems pretty rude, I'd say. Doesn't seem like a very efficient way to run anything. Sanctioned or no. You know what? I might have to get a little loud.
Your voice pitch doesn't change. It's still quiet.
I might have to get loud.
It's still quiet. Yeah, it's basically like that.
Hearing this, can I?
You don't
can I
hear
look...
it because the enchantments are making him quieter. Like
Okay.
everyone that talks
But
here,
I
it's
did-
kind of like just above a whisper.
So could I not pick up the details at all
Probably not.
of what he's saying?
Probably not.
Okay.
But you are in the revised history section now.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I'm just curious if like I would have been able to hear about the documentation thing.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I got a story about Jeff about the time he runs into a bunch of turkeys who say that he needs paper because for some reason the government is involved with some kind of paper impresario
Abe,
who's trying to make sure everyone has
Abe, as
so
you're-
that we
as
waste
you're walking,
paper.
As
We're
you're
wasting
walking-
it. Let them march.
as you're
March
walking,
on, paper.
you can see more of these observants moving towards the commotion. About 3 more leave your
Yeah.
section and go towards where Scooch is. And the
Abraham
automatons,
is, like,
a
heading-
couple of the automatons on the tracks above also stop.
Yeah, Abraham's heading over to try and figure out what is being said. Like, try to get close enough so that I can actually hear what's being said.
It's just Scooch saying what he's saying, and you hear them constantly saying, "We're gonna have to ask you to leave. You are not you
Okay.
have no identification to prove you're a sanctioned author." And basically just saying that if that's the case, Scooch is breaking the law, being an author.
Abraham wants to look around and see if there is are any books relating to, like, because it's nonfiction, so there's probably like, oh, rules, uh, document stuff, like documentation of things. He wants to see if there's like anything for like a how to become a essentially a scribe if you're like a storyteller, but
Okay.
like a
Make an investigation
like-
check.
okay. 13.
Uh, not. I don't think there would be much of that. Like anything that would like in the vicinity to sort of reveal that information. But you might overhear some words spoken by the observants that say, "If you want to become, speaking to Scooch, if you want to become an authorized author, you just simply need to seek out the courts in the city and speak to someone who can do so. And then you're free to write your stories and publish them."
Listen, I've spoken to Dolores. We talk to each other once a month. Me and Dolores down at City Hall. We talk all
There
the
is
time.
no city
You
hall
bringing
or
Turk?
there is no city hall or Dolores.
I'm sorry, what?
There is no city hall and there is no Dolores.
Are you kidding me? Are you pulling my leg? Who have I been talking to? Who have I been dealing with? Do you understand what I'm going through?
Make me a deception check or a persuasion check.
I'll roll persuasion.
Okay.
And
10? Okay. I will roll an insight check on the table for everyone to see. The person has a +1, which is, average-ish. Natural 20. Well, if there is something going on with this Dolores and a fake town hall, come back with evidence and we'll look into it for you. But for right now,
I will,
but
and
for
I will
right
have
now-
a conversation with.
But for right now, we're going to have to escort you off the premises for causing a scene and a commotion.
Sure. Sure, you can't even read. You write the good stories. Yeah, I'm gonna write another story where Jeff runs into those same turkeys, and they don't even let him read. Boy, the Adventures of Jeff coming right for you.
Abe, you watch as the attendants grab onto Scooch under the arms, not forcefully, but just under the arms.
Oh! I'll dead weight you.
Make a contested grapple check then. You can do acrobatics or athletics. They have to do athletics, which I will also roll on the table just to prove we're being fair here. They have nothing to this because they are a librarian of sorts.
19.
For an 11, so you're dead weight and they're like struggling to move you. They like gesture over to some other attendants who move over now. Now there's like maybe like 10 or so people around Scooch, all trying to pull Scooch away. And I think with 10 or so people, they can eventually start to budge Scooch and move him towards the entrance to take him out of the library.
This is resisting. I am but a birdman. My words will be heard
Abraham, it's suddenly
in the animated
There are
pages
no-
of Jeff Chronicles.
you don't see any observants anywhere near you now. There are still the automatons about like 60 feet up on the tracks, or 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
They're still moving around. They've now resumed after Scooch has been taken out.
Great. Tero,
Yes.
Do you think you could help me procure some of them books?
You hear Tero respond like he's like right beside you,
Yeah.
and you can see this cloak. He's like leaning up against one of the bookshelves, and the cloak has camouflaged him into the bookshelf. And he just steps off. Yes, of course. We are headed to the restricted section, the one up there with all the automatons, or here.
Yeah. No. The automatons. That's why I'm asking you to do it, because I don't know if I could sneak my way around it.
What if they have stuff to detect books being stolen?
Well, people got to read them somewhere, right? I don't know.
I mean, more for those books. He points upwards.
Right. Well, is there any way to get up there? Like,
There's stairs that go up.
ladders,
There's
stairwell.
There's stairs that go like wind up to get to there, and they're all like
Yeah.
blocked by like gates that are locked with intricate locks.
Okay. Okay, so there's no way to actually get through there except through
The
locked gates?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so can you think you can get us through them? Through the locks?
I'm not sure. I just don't want to fuck
Alright,
everything
well-
up if we get caught.
Yeah, well, I'd hate to not use this lovely distraction that Scooch made for us. Not much else we can do. Hold on. Abraham's actually gonna do something else. He's
Okay.
gonna go over to the place where people might check out or record, where where the people running this place might
Yeah.
write people's names
Yeah,
who
there's
have
one-
checked books out.
Yeah, there's one of
And
those.
he wants to go through and see every single one of the names and the books, the
Okay.
names of the books that they've
Okay.
checked out,
You get over there and
and just try to record those. He might not try to take
Yeah.
note of any names right now. He's just trying to duplicate it in his sketchbook
Okay.
really quick.
You go over there. There would be an observant there to make sure, to make sure people are following protocols. Hello, how may I assist you? It's just a young-looking human guy, sort of short-cropped blonde hair.
Oh. I thought you said all of them were gone.
No,
because of Scooch.
Scooch took a bunch of them away, but there's still the one at the front desk, still there, which is back near the entrance. Scooch took away most of the ones patrolling the sections that you were at. He didn't take away all of them, because then that would leave the library unprotected.
Right. Okay. I guess never mind. Fuck. Like, I feel like every time I've done anything, I'm like, oh, let's try this. Oh, never mind. Sorry. And it's all because I don't have a good image in my head of what is happening. So I apologize. Yeah,
Like, yeah, you'd see a person, like, when you're with, when you're with Abe, or when you're with Tero, you'd see somebody sitting at that desk at the far away.
Yeah. I don't know, Tero. What do you think? You think just some type of mural about this obelisk in...
Yeah, you could deface the obelisk.
Do something with the obelisk of the vision.
This
Maybe
place
turn
does
it into a big dildo.
You could turn it into a big dildo. This place does seem very oppressive. And the only one sitting near the obelisk is the attendant who's watching the desk at all times. You know what? I have an idea.
What's that?
Tero is going to... He's gonna. Sam, if Tero wouldn't do this, I feel like he would, because he is kind of a chaos gremlin, but a good chaos gremlin. He's gonna kind of like put his face down, because you guys are obscured by the shelves. You're obscured by these shelves, so Tero's gonna like lean down into his uniform that he wears underneath his clothes now, and he goes, "Spiders, I could use some help right now." And he's gonna do the once a day. I think it's once a day. Yeah, once per long rest. You see a couple spiders like scurry out from under him and scurry in the direction of the desk. Just bite them and make them freak out so they leave their station for the moment. You're both watching there, kind of looking through the shelves. And the person sitting behind the desk just sitting there, observing, just looking. They're not really doing anything. Before they suddenly they jerk and they shriek and they go, and they sort of freak out and they're like brushing spiders off themselves. They're stomping on the spiders and then they and they storm off somewhere else.
Oh, that's excellent. All right, and it will go there and try to try to try to get some information regarding who has been looking for information and what kind of information.
Okay. You look through the book to see who's like checked out what, and it's just, names. Nothing really stands out.
Yeah.
And they're checking out all sorts of books, mostly historical texts to read. But no one. It looks like no one's like checked a book out of the library in probably a few months. Everyone has probably just been. You guys, since people are coming in and just reading them in here. But no one has checked out, like physically checked out a book in months. And the last book that was checked out was Hymns to Thalassarian. Hymns to the Rime King was the last book that was checked out. And then it says returned.
Okay. Cool. I want to kind of just copy as many like names and books as possible to maybe reference later, or if I hear a name that sounds like something, I can like kind of see what they might have.
Yeah, you can do that. I don't have a comprehensive list of everything, but you can do that.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, contextually.
Yeah.
You hear a person's name. Does it sound familiar?
I'll let you know. Yeah. So you mark all that down. The obelisk is there. It's like the obelisk is like 30 feet away from the desk. It's in the center of the sort of primary foyer entrance.
Yeah.
There's also as you're also digging around this entrance desk, there you see this sort of little button under the desk. It's like a pale blue button.
Wonder what that is.
It's like a hidden. It looks like the person sitting at the table could push it under the desk. It's hidden under the desk.
If only I had something to sabotage that. Oh, Tero, can you tell if that button does anything? And maybe kind of like what would happen when you disarm a trap and just kind of make it inactive?
I will certainly try. If I recall how to do this, because it's been a while since I've dealt with. This has happened actually. Since someone's attempted to figure out the mechanics of a trap. I think it's an investigation check. That would make the most sense to me. Alright. I will do my best, Abraham.
Yeah. Maybe I can give them advantage.
He has plus zero to investigation.
Well, then I'd better give him advantage if he's doing it.
Unless you want to do it.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
I will. I don't know how I can help. I'll be your eyes and ears. I'll be watch out. And he just stares towards the front door.
Great. 16.
Can
I tell what this thing does?
You get the sense it triggers some sort of alarm if pressed.
Okay.
Just based on where it is
Alright.
and how hidden it is.
Alright. It seems like it's an alarm trigger. Do you think you can disarm it?
Oh, I will certainly try.
Alright, you do that. I'm gonna do
Alright. Is he
just a
proficient?
quick painting.
Yeah, he's proficient in Thieves' Tools, so just a Dex check then, because he's proficient with Dex. So it would be +7. So I'll just roll a Dex saving throw. Does he have expertise in Thieves' Tools? I don't know if he does. Let's find out if he does. Because Rogue would have expertise by now, right? I don't remember what. No, yeah, Stealth and Intimidation are his only expertises. Okay. Oh, next level he gets another one. Okay. Alright. So, Dex check. And sorry, what's Abe doing?
He was gonna look at this obelisk and maybe do a lewd painting on it.
Okay.
We'll see.
So, see if he can disarm this. If he fails to disarm it, it triggers.
Yeah.
It's a tiny little button at the bottom of the desk. I'm going to say he needs a 13 or higher to disarm it. Got +7. 11 + 7, 18.
Woo.
So he'll be doing that while you do the it's quite intricate. He'll be a few minutes. Hopefully Scooch is distracting them long enough.
Excellent. Yeah, this won't be a metaphorical mural because that'll take like 10 minutes and we don't have much time. So he's just gonna do just some slight defacing.
Well, while you think about what it's going to be, meanwhile, Scooch, you're pulled outside, and now you're on the front steps, and they're escorting you down the steps of the library, and you're now outside.
Okay. I'm outside, but y'all ever tried my tea? Do you want to try some? Maybe we can have a calm, rational conversation about this issue we're having. Because I mean, I could have just read any of the books, but I don't know why you had to throw me out. But I'd love to discuss it over a warm tea. And then the dog comes over to me and has like the water that's still warming and the fresh teacups I just got.
They see the mechanical dog, and they're like, curious design.
Yeah. Want to talk about it?
Who taught you the art of crafting automatons?
I mean, I picked some stuff up here and there, but I really just... And there's the fellas who just, see an instrument and can just... Biddle-biddle-biddle-biddle-biddle.
You call yourself a prodigy.
Oh, no, I never said nothing about that. I just,
They're suddenly no longer distracted by you. They're more distracted by Penny. This is expert craftsmanship. As you can tell, we have automatons that patrol the library and kill any would-be thieves, and they all laugh about it.
Ha 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 ha. Cool.
They're like, now they're getting really into it. They've been designed with these long-range weapons that can vaporize. Oh. We haven't seen them used in quite some time, unfortunately.
Yeah, but can yours do this? And then she closes up her heat thing, and I pick up the kettle. And then she spins around and just goes, "Good girl, good girl, good girl, yeah."
No, our automatons are only meant to observe and protect and perform mundane tasks.
Well, there's nothing mundane about this one here.
We'll overlook your definitely real author status.
If you don't see the tales of Jeff, well, I'm hitting shelves soon. I guarantee it.
This is and you 100% built this creature yourself.
Yeah, of course I did. What do you mean?
Would you feel not today? We'd have to go through the proper communication networks and paperwork and whatnot. But would you be interested in possibly doing some work on our automatons? You'd be contracted legally by the Dominion and the government here in Volkill. You'll be paid handsomely for your work, and we might handwave any potential illegalities that you've possibly brought up today with your author status.
Yeah, sure. What's the pay? You know, I don't know if you can afford me.
That would have to be negotiated between you and the Baron.
Oh,
We can
okay.
get you a meeting with the Baron to discuss these things at his estate.
Well, you know me. I'm ready to discuss whatever.
Perfect. Where are you staying here in the city? I can come meet you tomorrow. I am the head librarian. This is the Drow talking. I can come meet you at any time to discuss the details and let you know meeting details and when the Baron is ready to meet with you to discuss these business opportunities and contracted work.
I'm trying to remember a place where I stayed, and I'm having trouble remembering it even when I look at my notes.
You stayed at the Boar's Tusk, which was the rundown shithole in the Dread Ward, which is where all the poor people live. And then you're currently staying at the Dickory Dock, which is the brothel, which Abraham told you people aren't really meant to know about, but the worms go there and they don't tell anybody. That's where everybody else is.
It's officially unofficial.
Yeah.
We can meet at the Boar's Tusk.
That's also, before you say that, that is also where the rebellion is headquartered.
Yeah.
Oh, but everybody knows that too?
No, these people don't. That would be bringing like the government.
Why don't you let me know your favorite? Why don't you let me know where your favorite? You want to just meet at the Starbucks in the lobby? Get a coffee there.
How about this?
What is this, a Barnes and Noble?
How about this? I will contact the Baron, and we will arrange a meeting with him about this contract.
Sure.
Actually,
Yeah.
no, that's not what I meant. No, we will. I will bring you a contract after I've met with the Baron, and we can meet at the local cafe in the Greymoss Square in the Artisan's Wake district. Artisan's Walk.
You know what? That works really well for me. That is, I wouldn't have asked for a better. That's a great place.
I will
for us
meet
to
you there in 2 days' time at precisely 9 a.m.
at the Greymoss
Square.
Greymoss Square.
Artisan's Walk. I'll meet you in the Artisan's Walk, and I will take you to the Hidden Jewel Cafe that I like to find. It's not called the Hidden Jewel. But I will lead you to the cafe. We will discuss our meeting plans, and then I'll let you know when the Baron would like to meet you to discuss this contracted work.
Yep.
I just need to know your name.
Jeff Renegade.
Jeff Renegade, the person in your stories that you were just talking about.
That's right, Jeff Renegade. They call me Jeffrey No.
All right, I'll meet you in 2 days' time at the Grandma Square in the Artisan's Walk.
All right. Well, it has been a real slice.
Indeed. And they stand there to make sure that you walk away and don't go back in the library for the time being. Meanwhile, while that conversation is going on, Tero is still working on until disarming the trap, and Abe, you're defacing the obelisk.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is like, is it a cylindrical, or is it like, does it have different sides, like 4 sides?
It's got 4 sides.
Like
It's kind of like,
pyramidal.
yeah, it kind of comes. It looks like the Washington Monument is what I can picture in my mind.
Okay.
But smaller, obviously, and it's like
Okay.
it's like 25 feet tall, and and
Okay.
it's like glacial blue in color and carved from stone.
Is it right in the middle?
Yeah,
Okay.
like when you walk in, it's the first thing you see.
Great. On the far side
Yeah.
of the doorway, I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna just have it say along the side, on the back side, so that way when they won't immediately notice it when they walk in.
Yeah.
But it's just gonna say "dildo of lies."
Perfect. As you finish painting it, you can hear Tero. I got the alarm, and then you can hear the conversation. You can hear the conversation Scooch is having outside as well, because you're like 30 feet from the front door. You hear the conversation end.
Right. If you see anything useful, grab it. Let's go.
Ah, nothing under the desk. And Tero like flips over the desk. Scoops up any spiders that are still alive from being stomped on.
Oh no. Great. And then I'm gonna exit and be like, just kind of go like this on the way out.
Okay.
Like mime that something smells bad.
Okay. Tero will follow you out. You can see the observants are finishing up talking to Scooch. They turn around and they kind of just shuffle past you all and head back into the library, leaving just you 3 alone on the steps. The clock tower. You can see the clock tower now says 4 p.m. You can hear the chimes that it's now 4 p.m. So you're in there for about an hour. However, we haven't heard from Crearyn at all yet. Crearyn, you've probably finished up your couple of hour session with
The Lord.
the Lord, and he
Embervane.
Our-
There's a
our
reason why
Lord
they
and
call him
Savior, Jesus
Embervane.
Christ.
Thadrin and Bouffant. He's like,
Um,
I just want to thank you for
of
that.
course. I did have a question.
Of course, he's like,
Crearyn's
he's
going
getting comfortable again. Like he's fixing himself.
Yeah. And Crearyn's sitting at the vanity table, like, because, whorehouses or brothels.
Yeah, of course.
Taking a comb, and as they brush it through, or houses of pleasure, brushing it through, the hair will shift to that humanoid, very generic humanoid form.
Yeah.
So Crearyn kind of like looks that appearance now. I'm sure you've heard of some disappearances regarding. Maybe you've had some neighbors that have just had family members just vanish, potentially? Have you heard about people going missing in your part?
Yeah, the government wants to hide it. They've been trying to keep it hush-hush.
Seems to be effective.
Said it was a plague that
I'm
swept
been
through.
missing. Yes, I've been missing a few clients lately. Are you sure you're safe to walk home
I'm quite safe.
by yourself?
There hasn't been an attack in. And he says attack, and you can see he kind of realizes what he said. But he
Right.
continues on.
I'll use she because she is in a female form.
Yeah.
She'll like lift her finger to her lips,
There
kind
hasn't
of like tapping it, like
there hasn't been
bit
an
of
attack.
understanding.
There hasn't been an attack in a few weeks, and we believe the worms that protect the nobles in that area assured us that the problem has been taken care of. The vampire has been captured and detained and dealt with.
Oh, so
But
you've
I don't know.
confirmed that it is
But why would they?
such a creature.
A few of us, not myself, but a few of us have spotted it. Said it was a woman in ragged clothing, like a ragged dress of like a nice make. I never saw her, but other nobles did. But then we were told that the threat was dealt with and detained, and captured, and the nobles wouldn't need to fear anymore. It never got out of that district. The dead were being disguised as commoners, so no one looked into it too much. Which is the curious thing. I don't know why they were so adamant on covering it up. If a vampire got in the city, I think it'd be a good thing to know the government was dealing with it. But the fact they wanted to remain hidden is a thing that confuses me.
Well, and to corroborate, it hasn't actually been a few weeks. It literally, the last body they got was a week ago, right?
Oh, right, sorry, yeah. It would have been a week then. He would have said
Okay,
he would
okay.
have
I'm
said a
sorry.
week.
I wanted to. Okay. I was like, are they getting better at covering up?
No,
That's
no,
what-
yeah.
that's where my brain went.
He would have said a
okay.
week then.
Okay.
How do you know?
Again, just a few of my
Oh, right.
clients gone without.
Yeah, it was strange. It was the Baron that was adamant on covering it up.
Oh. Where?
So, most of us thought he didn't want to cause a panic, so they've crafted the
Yeah.
plague story.
You happen to know where the first incident occurred?
In the Ivory Spires, they found one of the dead in their home. The entire family drained of blood. Just in one of the noble estates. They... Yeah. And it happened for about a couple weeks. And stopped a week ago. As I said, after the worms mentioned that the creature was captured and dealt with. They said it was destroyed.
Who all did they relay this information to? Like to everyone?
Just
So
the
nobles
just
are
the fellow noble
aware?
house, just the fellow noble houses, because they believed we were the most at risk. They could easily contain it in the Ivory Spires. The defenses of the Ivory Spires are pretty hefty, and there is little chance it would escape into the city at large.
Was there any family that was completely wiped away?
The first family,
Made it seem like there were. Oh,
the Montalbans, were the first family that were wiped clean.
what was that again? Sorry.
The Montalbans. Montabaun. Montalban. And yeah, he said that the vampire never left the Ivory Spires. So it was like contained in that district. He said it was also the most formidable and defensible region of the city too. So you might be able to put some things together.
Help me to lead there. And he mentioned the clothing was ragged but nice clothes.
Like a ragged. It was a woman. People saw a woman. Like that's what they said they saw, and she was wearing like a ragged, noble woman's dress.
So it was like okay.
So clearly not somebody from like the Dreg Ward or the Broom Ward. Clearly somebody of wealth.
My side, quick.
Yeah. Scratch told you stuff.
Gonna extend a hand out.
Scratch told you stuff
think...
too about the vampire stuff that he thought about and whatnot.
Yeah. I don't.
But he
think
takes your
I
hand. As you
offered a
accept it.
name.
No, probably
Yeah.
not.
I don't think I offered a name. But I will say, well, if you're ever around and I'm here, just ask for Volteria.
Volteria.
Yes.
I might have to.
So lovely meeting you. Stay safe. I do hope the truth is that these attacks or these incidents are completed, but
It's only been a week,
you know how
so
things can go sometimes.
hopefully. Oh, so thank you again. And he quickly gathers his stuff and exits. Samira, you hear the door open and close next door.
There will be after a few seconds there will be like a trio of knocks.
Recognizing Crearyn's obnoxious knock, Samira opens
Amazing.
the door.
It's gonna just be
You
like
certainly sounded like
fingers
you had a good
doing like
time.
this. Okay.
Also, I forgot to mention, the rooms that are adjacent, they're like those sketchy hotel rooms where the doors are connected to each unit.
So they have like the double doors like this.
Yeah.
Carter will open their
Fucking
door.
hilarious. Okay, so we're like at the door between suites. Got it.
Yeah, so people can get around discreetly.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
That's valid.
Hell yeah.
Gonna grab a chair and just kind of turn it. You could have a seat if you want.
In here.
What? It was very innocent to some degree.
Well, I guess I didn't hear much screaming, so I guess you must be telling the truth.
I didn't kill anybody yet, so I learned a little bit more information.
Yeah?
Yeah. So apparently it's common knowledge about this vampire within the nobles. He was fully aware, or they have assumptions, and the worms indicated that they managed to subdue, to capture, and to eliminate the threat.
Well, that one I don't believe for a second.
It is a bit worrisome. Apparently the Baron was helming the lead on keeping it hush-hush. But he was confused on why they were being... trying to distract from the fact that it was nobles that were being eliminated.
Do we know that if the Baron had any kids?
Look through your notes. You may have gotten information a couple sessions ago about that.
I'm terrible at keeping notes. All I have from notes are this.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm terrible at notes.
My big issue is that I cannot reflect to my notes that I took.
Also, just a reminder, I do jot down important bullet notes on the quest document.
Yeah. There's so much information on it though.
There is. But it's also categorized by date. In-game date. I'm also looking through to make sure if I wrote it down in it. Because yeah.
You don't even know if you wrote it down.
That's why I'm not saying anything.
Well, my running theory is if the Baron had any kids, he might be trying to cover up that a child got
Okay, right, yes.
turned by a visitor.
I found my notes. I have my own notes. I believe someone in town, I can't remember who it was because I don't have that written down. It was either Hans Burgess, because he's the one starting the rebellion, or like the leading of the rebellion, mentioned that the Baron had a daughter at some point.
Yeah.
And she died of an illness.
I think we know what the Baron's daughter illness might have been.
Right. So, I'm most intrigued. What do you think of this form?
That's nice. I think you could switch the blonde hair to like a more platinum blonde. Feel it would bring out your eyes more.
There's the hands that run through. And you realize that Crearyn can't just adjust. They can't just adjust to what their appearance looks like. They just kind of run their hands through and it just kind of stays for a moment. And it's limited to what I can really do.
Gotcha. Is it like someone you've had to have seen before, or?
It's best if it's a full analysis of the person.
Okay, like an actual person. Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, we're all a little different in our own way.
Yeah. Sorry, are you saying I just assumed? Because if I did, I'm sorry.
Of what?
Like, I had a friend I mentioned I had a friend like you, and she could, kind of see someone and just go like,
I mean,
and like kind of pick and choose. But that was just her.
It's an odd way to describe how it happens. For me, it's when I see a person, it's like seeing a sculpture. It's like seeing a statue, and my brain just kind of creates their identity. It's all. I could have hundreds and thousands of forms, but I'm very particular on the ones that I choose and why I choose them.
Why? My parents said.
When I first came about here, I was deeply ingrained in the machinations of back where I was from. I needed to hide, to be unseen. She was just there, bystander, an innocent. But I was selfish.
Would you say she was your first?
She was the strange for. Oh yes.
But you killed her?
It creates quite a conundrum when you are taking on the visage of someone who still exists, who can still interrupt.
Even if they're half a world away from where you are?
It's funny how fate works. Someone so far away, by happenstance, may just show up. Or you just may be found. One person has countless threads they don't even realize.
Would you kill any of... Would you kill any of us and take our forms?
The laugh shifts to like Crearyn's true form, like that.
Mm-hmm.
I considered it in the start. I don't like being someone's not favorite, and you are starting to show it grow. Your presence was attracting the attention of someone that I had grown quite fond of. You are not an only child, so you wouldn't understand the selfishness that comes with wanting the sole devotion of a parent when you were maybe lacking in your youth. You, me, of course.
And what was it about me that drew you?
It wasn't just you, it was all of you.
Mm.
She said you had a reason for being there. I openly volunteered to follow, to watch, to observe, mostly to see how you act. It's easier to get to be someone when you know someone. Those subtle shifts in demeanor, the lack of breathing or blinking. Hard to hide such things from someone who is so keen on watching at all times. As Crearyn's talking, you watch as their visage slowly kind of melts and just goes to that changeling form.
Mm-hmm. So mind you couldn't remind me all the time.
If I'm being honest, I think for you, it feels as though it's a uniqueness unshared by most others in this world. Embrace it. Do not hide. You teeter the line between life and death. And look at you, still growing, becoming something else.
What if it's not something I want to be? What if I liked how I was?
Again, fate has a terrible, terrible way of humbling us, of shifting who we thought we were, though it might have been preferred. I think you just need to learn to embrace what you are now. You want it to be different, right? That's why you ran away.
I didn't run. I sauntered vaguely in an unknown direction with a group of friends. And shit happened.
If I may be so forward, but did those friends leave you for dead?
I may as well have, if they didn't do the deed themselves.
Is the lack of trust in me solely weighed upon my shoulders, or do you view the others with the same uncertain discretion? I'm very good at secrets.
The others I met with, the only other person I could trust at my back. You just so happened to appear right when that person died. So forgive me if I have a little bit of unease around you. I'm working on it.
But the current group that we walk with, trust them explicitly?
Trust is a hot commodity. It's not easy to come by in this economy.
How true you are. I feel as though the others trust each other very tentatively. You were bound by situation. Now you are bound by death. May his soul rest. We have to find you all purpose. And I think we're coming upon it slowly. The death of the Baron may be exactly the driving force we need.
Set a lot of shit in motion real quick. If we do
Sure.
it right.
You've already captured the eye, the attention.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Good. Fear fuels ambition, goals, desire. Fear of not being much, being too much, not accomplishing anything. We'll get you there. Get used to the skin that you walk in. I think then it'll allow you to be a little bit more open to the change that's coming.
You speaking a lot of fancy words, Crearyn.
I do. But do you understand the words?
I grew up in the forest. I didn't not have an education.
Well, I wanted to go for a walk. The others have been doing whatever. Do you care to join, or should I take another client?
I'll join you.
Oh, here. And there is, on the vanity, there's just a slew of coins that Crearyn was partly kind of keeping count. So let me do my math really quick.
Damn.
No,
Sharing?
Crearyn's not going to, yeah, partially.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Crearyn's pocketing 200. Actually, how can I make this even? No, that'll be even. Because we have 6 people, right?
5.
5.
5.
Perfect. Yeah, that'll work.
For now, but yeah, it's 5.
So you get 55 gold pieces.
Ooh.
The others will too.
When you reunite, if you reunite.
Yeah, if we reunite.
Mhm.
So Crearyn's gonna dress. Crearyn's. How safe does this room feel?
Relatively safe.
Okay. Crearyn's not gonna bring their armor. They will bring
Okay.
their war pick. They're gonna change into their travel clothes, warmer travel clothes, and don the visage of that very generic looking human woman, who Samira now knows. And The war pick will still be attached on the hip, the kind of like tucked discreetly back under the cloak, and then Crearyn's gonna leave.
Okay.
They're gonna slide their the chair into their door and then use
Okay, cool.
Samira's door, so it still feels like Crearyn's in the room.
Yeah.
As they depart.
Perfect. All right. The two of you depart the chamber, while the other three begin to make their way wherever they wish to go, probably back to the Dickory Dock, I imagine. But that will all be decided when we come back from break. 10 minutes. Break time!
Wait up, Gubby.
All right. So, Samira and Crearyn are leaving the Dickory Dock to go for a walk, I imagine. We got the three at the... leaving the library. We'll go back to those three, I think, for the time being. So the three of you have exited the Rime's Codex after having defaced the Obelisk of Revision and disabling the alarm button to meet Scooch outside.
Alright. Well, Scooch, you definitely know how to make a distraction.
Oh yeah, cool.
I heard that you were, they were looking for documentation from you?
Yeah, I tried to tell him I was a children's author so that I could dig into the history and get more stories.
Do you remember where they said you could get that?
No, they didn't say. They said they didn't have books like that.
No, I mean, where you could get your documentation. Like, I thought I overheard them say that, oh, if you want to get the documents, you need to go here.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
what?
I think. Listen, this is something that I learned from smuggling. Let's walk around to the other side of this building. I think I can get you some legal documents that you can use next time if you need them.
Yeah, but I'm already gonna get them from the Baron when I meet him, and then I go in and work with the automatons in the restriction section. So I'm good to go. We're good.
All right.
Does none of that strike you strange?
What?
None of that
What?
struck you as strange?
What, that they wanna take you on and use your knowledge of automatons? That doesn't strike me as strange.
Yeah, but talking to the Baron, the one that Tero wants to
Oh, yes.
OFF.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, that we know they're going to be
You seem
using the
very
double, right?
underwhelmed. You seem very underwhelmed.
No, that sounds great, Scooch. It's a great avenue for us to get one of them doubles and have potentially Crearyn do their thing.
Just a reminder that we do know that doubles have been cosmetically altered through surgery to look like the Baron against their will and are likely being puppeted as well.
Right. So there's that. Right. So,
Is it okay?
right. I gotta say, I'm not done with this area yet. We're on the other side of this. This is right here. It's beautiful. This canvas in front of me. And I've got an idea I've got an idea.
Mhm.
And this one, I don't know. I'm thinking we had the. I can either do the Rime Lord in the dragon form or then tiefling form, right? And I can have him looking like a bit of a creep and presenting. Like, you see it up here on the wall? Have him presenting, you know, his obelisk and just going, "It's your turn."
Great. Yeah, man. You put it
But-
up. What's up?
Never mind. Never mind. It's fine.
What? No. Go ahead.
Let's go. Let's go. I don't. None of this stuff. It doesn't. I can never. It never feels right. I put it out there and. Ugh. Plus, I'd need to ask you for a favor to like be a distraction when I do it, cause
Clearly, I'm okay with being a distraction.
yeah,
Not an inconvenience to me. What are you really upset about? What's this really about?
I don't know. I feel like none of my ideas are good enough. They need to. They need to convince people.
Mm-hmm.
They need to say something that everyone already knows, but is too afraid to say out loud.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I feel like I could do this, and then maybe people just won't like it, or they'll be like, "Oh, he fell off. Whoever this guy was, his first one was my favorite."
So you're worried about a sophomore slump? Is that it?
No, it's just a lot of, I don't know. I didn't know how much pressure it was until I started running my ideas by you guys, and none of them really hitting you. Like, I run an idea by you guys, and it's like, it's a hard sell.
Yeah, man. I mean, I just feel like you should just do it.
Do it in your own voice so it feels genuine.
Right, man. Like, what do you want to do?
I don't think
It's
artists usually ask people what their opinion is on a piece before they make it.
You'd be surprised. Most artists don't necessarily do stuff. They're usually doing it for someone, for something.
Yeah, man. Then follow that something, and yeah, you know, make the strong choices, man. You can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, just I don't know. I'll come back later tonight then.
Okay.
I don't have anything right now.
All right.
How's everything looking around here? Like the guard presence, all that stuff. I imagine
there's
it's usual. Like
Usual,
there's
like a
bunch.
quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Because yeah, there's streets. There's a street that also goes behind the library, so they do walk with that one too. If you look on the map, there's one that goes behind too.
All right. Well, let's let's talk about distractions and stuff. Like, how do we want to do this? How do you want to do this? I will need at least 11 minutes.
Oh, when you come back.
Whenever whenever I do this, I'll need at least 11 minutes.
Oh, so you do want me to help you distract, like when you come back later?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Did you need Penny as well?
Whatever you think would help.
Sure. Yeah. You can keep.
But it's what I don't see it working unless I have help.
Yeah.
So,
All you gotta do is actually ask.
yeah, but you would want to. They might get smart on it, right? So if you go there, if you are a distraction with things that are recognizable, then they might catch on that the cahoots.
Okay.
So we gotta be like, we gotta figure a way out of like how we're doing it.
Okay. Are you stressing? What's the deal? Because I can just make myself look like something else.
Oh, well, that's great. Yeah, do that.
Yeah, you've seen me do it. Yeah, it's cool, man. I don't know why you're stressing.
I'm just, I don't want to screw it up. No, I prefer not to get caught again. You know?
Yeah.
I have a suggestion.
What's
Oh,
that?
shit, I forgot you were there,
Well,
Tero.
sorry, me too. Well, there is a street that goes directly behind this place, but, and he points up to like the tallest tower. Scooch can fly. You could paint a mural at the very top that everyone would see from a distance. I doubt anybody would be looking up near the very top. They'd probably be keeping an eye down here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't see too many feathers in there.
Looks up.
Yeah, it's like a tall one, like the tallest like part of it's like a tiny little tower addition, and it's about like 150 feet up in the air.
How wide is that?
Probably like 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, let's head back. Let's get everybody else on board and maybe come back.
Sure, man. Yeah, we can.
Great. I need to think.
Oh, sure. Okay.
All right. It'll take you about an hour to get back.
But did you want?
Oh.
Did you want any of this tea?
Yes, of course. I'll have some. Ooh, warm.
So warm.
Really beats the cold.
Yeah. Ooh.
Meanwhile, Crearyn and Samira, you would be leaving the Dickory Dock.
So where are we going? Anywhere in particular?
Nope, I just wanted to stretch my legs.
All right.
Actually, Crearyn wants to go toward the Ivory Spires.
Okay,
They want to get a look at the gate situation.
sure. So you guys will be making your way there. I'll say it'd probably take about half an hour to get there. But upon arrival, so the walls of the Ivory Spires are much taller than the inner city walls and the outer city walls. These are like the tallest walls. The ramparts are like well reinforced with like iron spikes on the walls. People can't just scale them. A lot of worms along the ramparts, and the gates are these massive, like 50-foot tall wooden gates that are heavily reinforced with like iron.
And that they're closed.
Yes.
Yeah, just doing like a pass by, so not like going up to them, like just wants to look and
Okay.
it's gonna
So
detract
basically,
off.
as you like, you'd be heading towards the Church of the Scar, and you'd see the gates
Yeah.
as you head in that direction.
Mhm.
I think you notice Samira gets a little antsy as they approach the building.
This building looks run down, right?
Yeah, the Church of the Scar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Karen's gonna kind of like walk up to it.
Nothing.
It's weird that they not going up to the door specifically. You know,
Yeah.
whenever you see like a decrepit, old building, it's gonna kind of like look at her, look to Samira. It's interesting that they would keep a building looking like this so close to the noble ward.
Yep. Pretty interesting.
Do you want to sneak inside?
I'm good. Seems like there's nothing in there anyway. Seems pretty empty.
If it's a church,
It's
That's
clearly abandoned. They probably took all their relics when they left.
that's what they want you to believe. What if we find a
Okay.
ghost?
I know we just had this long conversation about, trust
Uh-huh.
and sort of sharing our secrets with each other.
Sure.
Trust me when I say you don't want to go in there. If you could get in.
And why is that?
um,
Samira, you feel the pulse.
Cause
That you
it's
feel. You feel your heartbeat again.
yeah, like. Just trust me, okay? I'll tell you later.
Well, if you've been in, why wouldn't I want to go in?
I don't think your patron would appreciate you stepping onto that ground.
And who are you referring to?
Lady M?
It's cute.
Who else?
I'll tell you later. It's going to like do the sassy, like as they say that, it's like the slight flourish as they spin on their heel and then arms go behind the back, like underneath the cloak, and just they're like doing the scooch, or not scooch, the Tero arm swing,
Okay.
and it's just gonna not look as dreary as everybody fucking else.
Yeah, everyone in this.
Even in the
yeah.
cold.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna try to give like a little bit of like. It's gonna whistle a little bit, just a fey tune.
Okay.
Your Pied Piper moment.
Can I try to see if there's any, like, can I try to just get a count of how many guards are here now that it's after sunset?
It's not after sunset yet. It's still got like an hour and a half.
Oh,
till
we're
sunset.
still, yeah. Then, how many guards are here during the day versus at night?
Less
Or, like, versus earlier in the morning when it was still dark?
Roughly the same.
Okay. They don't put out less guards just because it's easier to see. Got it. That was all.
Okay.
And moving back the way they came.
Okay.
As an idea to get into the Every Spires, but
Yeah, I'll just follow Crearyn.
later.
Okay. Just so we can begin to wrap things up, I'd say both groups would reunite, heading back towards the Dickory Dock. So you both run into each other at kind of like the T-junction that moves into the back streets where the Dickory Dock is at about 5 p.m. So you're all reunited again.
Evening. Hello.
Howdy.
Hello.
Just
How
doing
was
some
it?
scouting.
How was
That
everything?
was a good distraction.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, and
ruffled some feathers.
I got a meeting with the Baron to get an estimate for automaton repair.
I love how Crearyn and Samira both have like the same look of like surprise on their face. It's like, what?
Oh, here. And Crearyn is going to hand little satchels of 55 gold pieces to Tero, Abraham, and Scooch.
Ooh.
What did I do?
I mean, you got us a meeting with the Baron. Or at the very least, one of us a meeting with the Baron.
And traveling with you all, you having money in your pockets just benefits everybody.
Great. And that will be my going rate now. Fantastic.
For just existing? You know what? It's probably worth more than that. But that's all I have on me.
Depends, because I'm setting the bar pretty high right now. So I didn't really have to do much, and I just got gold. So now I'm gonna grow to a certain standard of living.
Capitalism doesn't scooch.
Scoochy.
Now it,
Scooch,
doesn't
scooch.
Capitalism doesn't scooch a scooch.
As we were kind of like veering off, headed toward the Dickory Dock.
The big dick dock.
Big Dick Dock.
Big old dick dock.
Big dick dock.
So, in regards, and it's going to be like hushed to the others. In regards to that,
I also can't take credit for that name, by the way.
It's okay. In regards to the nobility, kind of gives everybody a look. See if they catch their drift. It seems as though it was common knowledge within the spires that there were attacks and that people from nobility were vanishing, and is going to give the spiel effectively that the Lord gave to Crearyn, emphasizing that the Baron's daughter was said to have contracted some kind of illness,
Which you all know.
And that-
she got sick and died.
and that the vampire was dressed in tattered, ragged, noble clothes, and that there was only one family, like noble family, that was wiped out, and it was the first family that had been attacked, which is an interesting point, because that means that either they just were allowed to be unrestrained or something. It's kind of like letting like a wild animal, in my mind, and that it has now been, after the last attack, which was we know to be a week ago, that it has now been subdued and destroyed, because they used the word destroyed, right?
Yeah, they said, from what they heard, the guard said it was dealt with and destroyed.
right?
He said
Which
the guard
is-
said it was destroyed.
Yeah, that's what. But
A lot of hearsay going on.
right, I have a means of getting in. I've acquired the Lord's visage, to put it bluntly. You have a meeting with the Baron. The others, you three, Tero, I'm not entirely worried about because you can go invisible.
No. Scooch was making me invisible.
Well, yeah, we can get you in with us because you're invisible, or we can get you into the spires because through that. Does anybody else look to Samira and Abraham? Do you have means of following or ways of
Best I can
working?
do is follow you in as a servant.
Or technically, I don't know, but they're probably familiar with these people.
Exactly, yeah.
I did allow him to be able to call on me, so maybe I can do a house call. And I can bring a partner. Maybe two partners. One with extra appendages for, things, and one. Yeah.
Do you notice that Abe hasn't been paying attention at all? You just see him like ever since you met up with him, he hasn't even acknowledged the meetup has even occurred. He's just staring at the ground, kind of like just staying in the vicinity of like everyone else, but just kind of like off in his own thoughts, like he's like shaking his head constantly, like just like seems like he's going through something, and he's just like no. And he like just kind of shakes it off and
brings up the extra appendages and doesn't get a real reaction, is going to kind of flick the nose of the plague doctor mask that they wear, kind of like flick it up.
Oh, what?
Maybe.
What?
Whoa. Okay, I'm sorry.
What's going on?
You good?
Bad joke. We're trying to figure out a way. Did you know that Scooch got a means to getting into? Did you hear anything about what I was talking about with the vampire?
What you found a vampire? Really, you found it?
My thoughts really quick.
You found it?
No. Well, okay. We'll talk further. What's got you all in? What's got your brain in a knot? Are you hungry?
Well, I have all these drawings in my book, and none of them fit the context. I thought I had nothing I run through my brain is it doesn't fit, and I'm trying. It's a big deal, right? You get one shot at this. It's not like you can try it again.
What are you talking about? Did something happen? Did somebody make fun of your art?
What?
You went to a church? What? You all went to
the Codex.
Right. You went to a library. Did they not appreciate your intellect?
I didn't. I didn't talk to them because I can't talk to them.
Why?
What?
Oh, right. You don't. That's.
Yeah,
I'm so used
talk.
to it being. I'm so used to it being in my brain that I forget that you aren't speaking aloud. What has you questioning your art?
Well,
You seem to be in a crisis.
no,
You want a hug?
there's more. No, stop it. There's a lot of pressure when it's getting to the wire, and I didn't think. I didn't know that I would feel like this. It's a bit more when. I mean, when I was doing it before, I was lashing out, but now I want to achieve something. So there's more weight behind it about towards its success. You know, I'm invested. I need to figure out what's best. I don't. It's like I can't think of a good idea. I know that it's probably best to include Tero because it seems the people have chosen Tero as a kind of beacon of rebellion. And to know that, like, a previous painting of mine also had other people try to do their own things around it. It seems like this is the time where we can tie the two expressions of their rebellion together. So that means like the painting and, you know, Tero's, you know, visage, and make a message, but like it's gotta be positive. It can't be like, it's gotta be direction. It can't be directionless.
Abraham,
What?
when you started, you did what you did in the beginning. You had direction. You had motive. You had reason to do those things, right?
Yeah, but it was just the captain of a guard giving a blowy.
All right. Now just think about that times 10. It's just the Rime King giving a blowy.
To Tero.
Yes.
You overthink the need to create a compounding message between the two. People will begin to realize your message will speak loudly and carry weight once we achieve the goal that we've come here for.
Yeah, but as an artist, there's a need for it to, like, at least now I want there to be like a metaphor or something present.
Don't worry about mixing the notions.
I mean, the whole building is like it's lies. Yeah, it's built. It's a monument to all the lies, and it's how can I express that?
All I can say is, as one of the common folk, if you put too much meaning into one piece of art, you're gonna lose what you meant to say in the first place.
Be direct. Your art
Keep
is
it simple.
Yeah, your art is fantastic when you are being like doing. Crearyn is going to kind of walk over to Abe and kind of push up on their chest a bit, and is going to point at the symbol on their chest. Right, it's a flame.
What
What does that do?
that keeps me hot.
And what is it? What did you paint on yourself?
This is the fire.
There you go. Fire does what? Makes you hot. That's where your art lies, in the simplicity of it. Gonna grab like the arm, because you have that like the scales. Is it on your forearms?
It's a bracer.
Yeah, but it's still. Oh, it's like an actual bracer.
Yeah,
It's
it's
painted.
meant to look like painted in a way that it's like, oh, if on a glance you would think he's wearing a bracer.
It's like whenever people are wearing like or get painted and it looks like they're wearing clothes.
Yeah,
That's effectively gonna kind of lift up the arm with the bracer.
yeah.
What does this do? Simple.
It blocks attacks, deflects.
Protects. Deflects. What is it? It's a bracer.
Yeah.
It's your art is most impactful and carries more meaning when it is simple. The captain giving a blowy is exactly what it is, but you could interpret it 100 different ways. But in the end, those ways are going to cause conversations. They're going to have people talking. It's going to create the buzz. That's what you need to worry about, creating buzz.
We all in here. We're all talking.
Mhm.
We're all just double
I don't even
dutching.
think we're inside. I think we're still
Yeah, you're still outside.
The conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And perfect is the enemy of great, man.
Some of us.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna try and make it perfect first time out. You just gotta get it out there, man. It doesn't have to be perfect. People will tell you what perfect is. Bark, bark. Penny is perfect. Penny is perfect. See?
Perfect. Perfect.
She's not. That's not how that's. You know. We'll get her there.
Abraham, may I ask you, since you've had this moment of epiphany, if you will, where you feel as though your art needs to carry more, how much art have you actually created? How many pieces have you put to building, to stone?
I just got done writing Dildo of Lies on the back of the obelisk in the Codex.
Okay, good. Dildo of Lies, because it's pretty phallic looking. I could see it from whenever we stepped out. Okay, but more to that, before, did you create, was it just one piece of art, or did you tag multiple places, multiple areas, whether it was that place there, or if it was the side of a rundown warehouse or church? A rundown church.
Yeah, well, like, this place is really oppressive, so I only got, like, it was my first go at actually putting it on the wall, on anything other than my sketchbook, that I got arrested.
Oh. You have
So-
freedom yet again.
So it's like, it's been since then that I've actually done a big plan, you know, like something that would take more than a minute or two, you know. This is something that would take time. But I see what you're saying, and it makes a lot of sense. It's I just gotta find something to tie it together, I think.
Maybe you're
Still-
maybe you're in your head too much. Maybe the best way to not be in your head too much. Think of it like this. When I kill people, that's my art. I just do it.
When I change my form, that's my art. When Scooch and you build, do you always go in with a game plan?
Yeah, I kind of see it. It's pretty awesome.
When you perform, when you read the cards, is that what you do? Yes. When you read the cards, that's your art. Do you always see how the pieces fit initially? No. Just remember, we're still in the basics. We've barely made a ripple. We need to make ripples.
Got it.
I think the best thing for us to do as a group to calm down, to sort of think clearly, to get these.
What's your bowl?
No, this. And Tero pulls out the phallic bottle covered in rhinestones. Let's just all just have a few drinks tonight, out here in the cold.
Huge holds
Okay.
up a teacup. Passes one around. holds up another teacup.
Okay, good.
Pass this one around.
Dick's
Everybody-
Brew. Put it in your mouth. He's reading the label on the back. Tundra forged, bed warmed, stronger than it has any right to be.
Ooh.
Born beneath frozen moons and bottled deep in the steamy cellars of the Dickory Dock. Dick's Brew is a high-proof tundra wine made for long nights and short inhibitions, fermented from wild-picked cloudberries, frost grapes, and snow plums. The fortified until it burns just right. It pours a shameless shade of pink and tastes like trouble. 45% ABV. Strong enough to curl toes and loosen tongues. Tasting notes. Bold sweetness from cloudberries and plum jam, layered with a tart kick and a slow, smoldering burn. Hints of resonant spice linger on the tongue, followed by a numbing warmth in all the best places. Leaves your lips stained and your conscience giggling. Serving suggestion says grip it by the base, tilt, swallow slowly, pair with anything that moans when touched. Oh, perfect for this place.
Hey, Justin, just stupid question. Is the base flared?
Sure.
Perfect design.
Advisory: do not use.
May lead to dancing, flirting, sudden nudity, deeply regrettable poetry, not suitable for clergymen, inquisitors, or long-term commitments.
Valid.
Sounds like a perfect
What time
night.
of day is it?
5 p.m., so the sun's like just beginning to set.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I will imbibe for a few hours, but I want to make more coin. So,
Perfect. That's your art.
in this moment, it sure is. If you need me, or if you tend to have conversations or whatever it may be, just come to my room. But Crearyn, that's me setting up a. What do you want to do at night? Crearyn's gonna make fucking coin.
Crearyn's gonna work it.
We ain't making coin any other way.
True.
So.
All right. Well, Tero pours everyone a glass in their teacups. It comes out like syrupy and bright pink. It's almost like cough syrup when it pours.
Pepto-Bismol.
Less
Not-
neon pink, more like just bright rose pink.
Okay.
I'm so glad it wasn't another color.
White.
Yes.
In
I was
this
like-
campaign,
I was waiting. I was
no.
like, oh my god.
No, it comes out like a rose, like floral pink color, but it pours like cough syrup.
A nice off-white.
I'm gonna look to everybody. Cheers to going to the basics. Keeping it simple. Lift the teacup up.
KISS. Suitable for the environment.
So I think this is all for me. Pours a little water to distill it, just to dilute it
To make it more like a liquid.
Oh,
Yeah.
could you do that to mine as well?
Oh yeah, I didn't realize this would be the popular move.
Yeah, it seems a little thick.
It does
for
say.
liquid.
It also says 45% alcohol.
What's
that's
that
a-
mean?
That's a lot, I think.
Anybody want any water? Any water?
Yes, please.
I'll take some water.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Did not realize.
I'm
we were-
assuming this is like an 8-ounce teacup with like a shot of this dick wine or dick alcohol.
It is
Dicker.
wine.
Dick liquor, like
Dicker.
dick liquor.
Yeah.
Ew.
Wine. Dicker, I barely know her.
Yeah, it's just dicker.
Whoa.
But no, it's
Crazy.
just diluted with fortified wine. Yeah, man. All right.
Look, yeah, brother.
I think I might work on a couple more of them rings. I got a couple of them done, but probably work on a couple more.
Should we keep this bottle?
Of course. You could use it as a
Okay.
mallet. What did you get hit by? It was a bottle shaped like a dick.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Talk about improvised weaponry.
I think I've got it.
Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
think
cheers
I've
to
got
that. Cheers to Abraham getting it.
Nice.
So I'll take a sip of this delicious dick liquor.
What am I drinking?
Dick brew.
Fuck it.
Thick, slow pouring, a vivid unnatural pink, like melted candy or lipstick left too long in the sun.
Nice.
The legs are syrupy and cling to the glass.
Ooh.
High
The
viscosity.
first sip, cloying sweetness right out of the gate, like you boiled down jam and then just didn't stop. With a tang and some bitterness. The mid palate after you drink it, the sweetness doesn't let up, still keeps going. Faint medicinal tingle. It stings. The alcohol is not hidden well. It leaves behind a sticky coating in the mouth, like artificial sweetness. Like when you drink something really, really sweet and it feels like your teeth are fuzzy.
Oh, like a Gatorade?
Yeah, your teeth kind of feel like a little fizzipy. Fizzipy? That's not even a word. I don't know why I said fizzipy.
But it made sense in the
I understood what you meant for some
Perfect.
reason.
Yeah.
My brain goes, yeah.
Yeah, fizzipy.
That
That's
thing.
totally the word.
If you have teeth, I think Abraham has teeth. I'm thinking of Mind Flare mouth.
Do mind flayers have teeth?
Yeah, they got like lamprey-like teeth, right? And
Find
Yeah.
out
Wow.
next time.
so yeah, your teeth all just feel fuzzy after drinking it, and it's a strong alcoholic burn.
Alright. All of you ready to
Not as-
all of you
What's
ready
that?
to deface some property?
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go make us some coin.
I'll go.
Me as well. By the time we get there, it'll be perfectly dark.
Right.
Help y'all.
Your bag of devouring.
Oh fuck, I do have that. Yeah. Take this.
Who do you give it to?
What's that for?
Who do I trust the most?
What you got in it?
Tero. Nothing. Don't put anything in it. It will eat. This is a bag of devouring. It's going to eat whatever you put into it.
Including people who try to put their hands in it.
Including, yes. So if you need to make a pretty
Abraham's just
cake,
like, oh right,
I'll do
yeah,
that.
okay.
if it takes what? How long does it take before somebody?
Not long at all.
Like a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starts his turn.
They get devoured.
Inside
yeah.
the bag is devoured. Its body is
Yeah.
destroyed.
Perfect. Just in case we get caught.
But
I
it's a
can put the
50%
bag-
chance, so it's a
Just in case we get caught, I put the bag on someone's head.
Yeah.
okay. So you can have that.
That's a great idea.
Anybody get hurt or injured? Are we all
No.
good there?
I'll be fine.
I still have a syringe.
Okay. Is Abraham injured? Okay. Sorry, when you said I'll be fine, I was like, let me.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say you guys spend about an hour drinking this wine, so it does get to darkness, and everybody gets a short rest. If
Cool.
you need one.
I'm gonna roll my last hit die for the day.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay, I'm back up to max.
Okay. right. Okay. I'll do my Harness Divine Power, but with a short rest, I can get that back from my Sacred Oath. But then I'm gonna get a spell slot back, just in case.
Okay.
Then. That will help. No. That takes an hour to do. Nope, can't do that. Okay. Nope, not for me. Tero, can you do your brain thingy? Psionic something.
Yes.
Just so that I'm not out of the loop whenever y'all are doing what you do. If I need to make a quick jaunt.
I mean, our friends downstairs can listen in on that. We didn't tell you?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I was confused on what you were referring to. That's different. Just keep it low key on what you're telling me. Like, hey, we need help. We're here, or whatever it may be.
Okay.
Keep it on the low.
Equal to his proficiency. He's already has it connected. He has one use already, so he's already connected to somebody from this long rest. I just don't remember who it is.
Either.
Was it Samira?
I don't remember who it is. So he'll use 4 more just to be connected with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Really only needs to be 1 for me.
I know, but I think for each he has to do it one use for each person. But yeah, you know what? He'll do it just to you.
Yeah.
Just so Crearyn's.
All right.
In the know.
Because they're going to be across the city.
Right. All right. So we'll finish off this horrifically sweet wine. That's basically just sweetened cough syrup.
Yum.
You all prepare, except for Crearyn. Crearyn will spend the night making money for the party, while the rest of you will spend the evening heading to the Rime Codex to deface its walls with Abe's mural. But that'll have to wait till next week.
Yeah.
I
So,
have intention for doing this too. It's not just the bang.
to bang.
I thought it was.
It's part of the reason.
Tero will give you the bottle just in case.
I smash it with a hammer.
But until then, we'll pick up there next week. I think we'll still be missing Sam next week. I'm not sure when he gets back. But until then, good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Good